Hi, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rajni. I create makeup tutorials for YouTube, and if you press on the subscribe button, you will find other videos that you can check out and take some inspiration from. I've just created this look today. It's really wearable. It's kind of like a kind of just a simple kind of eye. It's a little bit of a rose gold and a little bit of contouring through the crease. I've kept it kind of really simple in terms of steps, and it's nothing too complicated and nothing too complex, and it's just something that easy, and you can just really build on depending on your level of expertise in makeup. You can build on. So if you're a beginner or a bit more advanced, it's something that you can really play with and have some fun with, and it's really easy. You can just go from day to night with this kind of look. So if you want to know how I created this look, please keep on watching and I will show you everything that you need to know. So I have already done my base, as you can see. My hair's a little bit wet, which I will just dry later. But I'm just going to start off with Laura Mercier's Eye Basics. This is the Eye Basics in Tawny. I'm just going to pop that all over the lid and just softly rub that in. So it's really important, obviously, if you are doing any kind of festive makeup or makeup for events or anything like that, you want to make sure that you pop an eye primer underneath your eyeshadows and eyeliner, so that way it just stays looking really vibrant and doesn't move the whole night. So for my brows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. This one is in Dark Brown. So for my transition colour, I'm going to use Uninterrupted by MAC, and it's just like a tan kind of brown eyeshadow. I'm going to use that on a Laura Mercier ponytail brush. I'm just popping that into the crease. I'm just being really liberal with it. You don't have to be too structured with it. As I said, I just want to make this really wearable. And so in order for it to be wearable, it needs to be really easy. So if you have like a smaller lid space, then you might just want to kind of concentrate it. But if you have a large lid space, then obviously just a big fluffy brush is perfect. And just to deepen that slightly, I'm just going to use a little bit of the Makeup Geeks Cocoa Bear, and that's going to go literally into the same place. It's just to kind of mix the colours together and make it a little bit more, have a bit more depth to it. For my lid, I'm going to use Makeup Geeks Grandstand. So this is just like a nice kind of peachy rose gold colour. I've decided to go for a rose gold colour because this colour will literally suit everyone. So sometimes with golds you can have like, your warm tone golds and cool tone golds, brassy. And you have to be careful with gold, so you have to pick the right gold that suits your skin tone. Whereas this one will literally suit everyone because it's almost like flush tone. So it's like a more kind of, I think it's like a more enhanced version of your own skin tone in a shimmery kind of version. It suits everyone, this colour. If you haven't got it, get it because it's amazing. It's a foiled eyeshadow, which means that you can use it wet and dry. If you use it wet, it has just that little bit more impact. It's beautiful. Okay, so just for a little bit more definition to the eye, I'm just going to pop in a little bit of Laura Mercier's gel eyeliner into the waterline. Now, you don't have to use gel eyeliner, you can just use a bit of kohl pencil if that is more comfortable for you. I prefer to use gel liner or cake liner. When I used to work at Laura Mercier, we used to use cake liner and mix it with a little bit of water. So it's a little bit more fiddly, but the payoff is really good. But if you aren't comfortable using that, then just use a bit of gel liner. Because gel liner is really good for longevity. It will stay, it won't transfer. So it's really good for kind of any party makeup or anything like that. In my bridals, I tend to use this as opposed to cake liner just in case the bride cries and it runs down the face, which obviously I don't want. So I tend to use gel liner. And what you want to do is just work the liner into the root of the lashes, and it's a really important step. It's something that I never miss. If I'm doing makeup on someone else, I will never miss that. Even if they have really like jittery eyes, I don't miss this step, because it makes such a difference and it's such a quick step as well. Once you get used to doing it, it's such a quick step, and if you do it properly, it looks lovely. So for my actual waterline, I'm actually going to use a concealer pen. This one is the MAC Chromographic Pencil. It's NW25/NC30. So it is a concealer pen, used with discretion. I've used it, tried and tested, so it's fine. But obviously if you have sensitive eyes, then maybe use, an actual kohl pencil. Or you can just leave it free. You don't actually have to use anything in there. You could use a different colour, you could use black. I'm just going for something really fresh looking, and also because I tend to wear a lot of black in my waterline, so when I do these tutorials it's nice to try something different. So just under the waterline I am going to use Fudge and Noir, which is this colour and this colour. I'm just going to dab it in really slightly, and I'm just going to use a Laura Mercier shader brush for that. I'm just going to take the tiniest amount of black. I don't want too much black. But what I want to do is just create almost like that lash line and put that definition back in, otherwise it will look so odd on me. So for the upper waterline, I'm going to line my upper waterline now with a little bit of kohl pencil. This one is by MAC, it's V-Line, it's my favourite one. So inky black. I should probably try something different, but I love this colour. So with this, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to smudge it into the waterline, almost so that it meets that tight line that I did earlier on. I'm not going to make it too thick, and I'm just going to ever so slightly wing it out. So I'm just going to stop there. I'm going to take an angled liner brush now, and I'm going to dip back into that noir eyeshadow, press that over the top, and just blend it slightly. So as you can see here, what I've done is I've reversed the brush, and that will create that sort of slightly winged look at the edge, or the outer corner of the eye, so that it's easier for you to create and trace as such. I'm just pressing that over the top and dragging it all the way back inside. So I've reversed the brush now to go this way, and then when I want to work on the flick, I reverse it the other way. So just for a little bit more definition, I've just taken a little bit more of that fudge colour, and I'm literally just running it into the crease now. So again, nothing too structured, nothing too dramatic, it's just to add a little bit more definition. Now, you may find that you don't actually need to do this step, but because I've got darker skin, I feel like I need that, just that tiny little bit of definition there. So if you don't need to do it, just miss this step. So moving on to mascara, I'm just going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous. This is the Voluminous Extra Black. So top and bottom lashes, lots on. So for lashes, I'm just going to use a pair of Kiss lashes. You can just get them in Superdrug or Boots. I can't really remember the name of these because I've worn these before. Just any kind of lashes is going to do fine, whatever you want really. So I'm just going to drop these lashes onto the lash line now. So what I really like to do is just drop them onto the lash line and not kind of really get them stuck into the base. If you drop them in, then what you can do is really tuck them in close, because if you tuck them in, then sometimes you don't really have that kind of time to kind of really maneuver them in. But if you kind of just drop them onto the lash line so they're not quite at the root of the lashes, you can push them back so that it's almost like the seal is tighter. I've already popped on the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and I've just popped that onto the tops of the cheekbones. Now all I'm going to do is enhance that highlight just using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, the pressed powder. This one is in Champagne Pop. I'm just going to use that on the tops of the cheekbones. So you don't have to obviously overload your highlighter. I really like highlighting the skin, especially at this time of the year when your skin can kind of look a bit dull and flat. This is perfect for kind of really picking the skin up. But you don't have to. You can just stop at either one of these. If you don't like a highlighter, you don't have to put it on. but it does kind of add a really nice interest. I'm just going to pop some above the brow, just kind of where the sun would naturally hit, and just into the tip of the nose. Okay, and so for blush, I'm taking Bobbi Brown Apricot blush. This is a matte blush. It's just a really nice kind of pinky sort of colour. It's just this one here. I'm just going to take that onto a MAC. I think this is a 168. The numbers have come off this brush now, so just any blush brush will do. Any one that you like. So I'm just going to put it onto the apples of the cheeks and then take it all the way back. So I'm not really filling in the whole of the lip line with this colour. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to use a lighter lip colour. And sometimes when I use lighter lip colours, and if I don't put enough definition around the border, it just looks a bit naff. I'm going to use Jouer Cosmetics. This one is Tawny Rose. It's a lip cream. It's a matte lip cream. Okay, and just over the top of that now, I'm just going to use the lip topper by Jouer Cosmetics. This one is in Skinny Dip. Beautiful product. It really caught my eye because I think it's quite different. It's not like your kind of general lip glosses. It's really metallic. I think these metallic lips are really in at the moment. So this is the finished look, and I've dried my hair and done something with it. I generally tend to style my hair like this anyway, not that it looks this kind of perfect when I actually do go out, but yeah, I've just styled my hair and the look is complete. So I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and press on that subscribe button. You will find other videos that you can have a look at, check out, take some inspiration from, and if you liked it, leave some comments, tell me what you think, and recommend any good products that you have for me. I'm looking for a new eyeliner and I want to try some different mascaras and things like that, so leave some comments for me in the description box. I will put all of my social media links in the description box on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And if you have any requests or anything like that, just put them into the description box and I will try and get those done for you. I hope you liked the video, guys. Thank you for watching. See you soon.